Across the globe, a growing chorus of alarm bells is sounding, each clang a stark reminder of the rising threat of floods. From the bustling metropolises of Asia to the rural heartlands of Europe, communities are grappling with the increasingly frequent and severe inundations that are reshaping our world. This surge in flood events is not a random act of nature, it's a consequence of human activity and its profound impact on the delicate balance of the planet's climate. The signs of this watery assault are everywhere. Rivers are bursting their banks with unprecedented regularity, transforming once fertile fields into lakes of despair. Coastal cities, once beacons of human progress, are now on the front lines of a battle against rising sea levels. The human toll of these events is immeasurable, measured in lost lives, shattered homes, and displaced communities. This essay will delve into the escalating threat of flooding, exploring the intricate web of factors driving this global crisis. We will examine the role of climate change, urbanization, and land use changes in exacerbating flood risks, drawing on recent examples from around the world, including Uzbekistan. Finally, we will discuss the economic implications of inaction, emphasizing the urgent need for preparedness, adaptation, and a collective effort to mitigate the causes and consequences of this growing threat. At the heart of the escalating flood crisis lies the undeniable reality of climate change. This human-induced alteration of the Earth's climate system is fueling a cascade of effects that are intensifying the frequency and severity of floods worldwide. One of the most significant impacts of climate change is the warming of our planet, leading to shifts in weather patterns and an increase in extreme weather events. As temperatures rise, so does the amount of moisture the atmosphere can hold. This excess moisture translates into heavier rainfall, increasing the likelihood of intense downpours that overwhelm rivers and drainage systems. The consequences are devastating, as witnessed by the recent surge in catastrophic floods around the world. Furthermore, climate change is causing glaciers and ice caps to melt at an alarming rate, contributing to rising sea levels. This poses an existential threat to coastal communities, which face an increased risk of inundation from storm surges, high tides, and coastal erosion. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, warns that without immediate and drastic action to curb greenhouse gas emissions, these trends will continue to worsen, leading to more frequent and severe flooding events in the coming decades. While climate change is the primary driver of the global flood crisis, other human activities are exacerbating the problem. Rapid urbanization, coupled with unsustainable land use practices, is significantly increasing the vulnerability of communities to flooding. As cities expand and populations grow, natural landscapes are being replaced with concrete jungles, disrupting the natural water cycle and increasing the risk of flooding. Paved surfaces prevent water from infiltrating the ground, leading to increased surface runoff during rainfall events. This excess water overwhelms drainage systems, causing streets to turn into rivers and homes to become inundated. Moreover, the destruction of wetlands, which act as natural sponges by absorbing excess water, further exacerbates flood risks. Deforestation, another consequence of human activity, also plays a role in increasing flood vulnerability. Trees act as natural buffers, absorbing rainfall and slowing down runoff, but their removal leaves the ground exposed and susceptible to erosion. This eroded soil then flows into rivers and streams, reducing their capacity to carry water and increasing the risk of flooding. The devastating consequences of the global flood crisis are evident in the growing list of recent flood events that have ravaged communities around the world. In 2024 alone, a series of catastrophic floods caused billions of dollars in damage and claimed countless lives. Storm Boris, which swept across Europe, left a trail of destruction in its wake, causing an estimated $2 to $3 billion in insured losses and over $20 billion in economic losses. Spain too experienced the devastating power of flooding, with the regions of Valencia and Alicante suffering a combined $4 billion in losses. In the United Arab Emirates, torrential rains caused widespread flooding, resulting in an estimated $3 billion in damage. Other notable flood events in 2024 include the floods in Porto Alegre, Brazil, which caused $2 billion in losses, and the significant, though unquantified, losses caused by floods in Western Sahara. These events serve as stark reminders of the growing threat of flooding and the urgent need for action to address this global crisis. They highlight the interconnectedness of climate change, urbanization, and land use practices, and the need for a holistic approach to flood risk management. Uzbekistan, a landlocked nation in Central Asia, faces a unique set of challenges when it comes to flood risk. While not directly threatened by rising sea levels, the country is highly vulnerable to other climate change-related impacts, including more frequent and intense rainfall events, glacial melt, and droughts. These factors, coupled with rapid urbanization and unsustainable land use practices, are increasing the risk of flooding in Uzbekistan. Recent warnings issued by Uzhydromet, the country's hydrometeorological service, underscore the immediacy of the threat. Heavy rainfall and a high risk of mudflows and floods are forecast for various regions of Uzbekistan, including popular tourist destinations. The potential impacts are significant, including road closures, inundated settlements, and damage to agricultural lands. These risks are further compounded by the country's reliance on large-scale irrigation systems, which, while essential for agriculture, can exacerbate flood risks if not managed effectively. The Aral Sea disaster, a stark reminder of the consequences of unsustainable water management, serves as a cautionary tale for Uzbekistan.